It's year 3 for me here at USF, and coming off a 13-1 season is kind of crazy to say, but I think it might be time for me to hit the transfer portal. Now just hear me out. We come into this season ranked number 24 in the country, but we lost so many pieces on the offensive side. Now defensively, the secondary is still solid. You got me and a few other guys, but our defensive front, we lost a lot of people to graduation and the portal. But losing a bunch of key offensive pieces is more than obvious. We're nowhere near the same team we were last season, taking a bunch of hits in some of the most crucial places you can think of. And one of the things people just don't talk about a lot is just depth. We don't have that. If we lose anybody at any point this season to injury, it's going to be detrimental to this team. But then again, I take a step back. I put everything into perspective. Everything I've been throughout this university, them accepting me when nobody else would, and then me making the mistakes and them still riding with me, there's no way I leave this university. I done been locked up twice, before I came here and after I've been attending, and somehow, somewhere, I still get the love and respect sometimes I feel like I don't even deserve. So it'll be a boot to the face to every fan, teammate, coach that believed in me when I was going through all of these trials and tribulations. How could I just up and leave just because things get a little rocky? And honestly, the only way I can see myself out of this situation is if I enter the draft after this season. If I ball out and we have anything near the season we had last year, I'm definitely getting up out of here and going into the NFL. But with this being the first game of the season, that decision been weighing heavy on my mind. But right now we got to lock in on what's in front of us. I get my second interception here in just the first half of this game against top 10 ranked Indiana. And if I put up any numbers remotely close to what I put up last season as a sophomore, dog, there's no way in hell I don't go top 3, top 5, maybe even number 1 in the draft. And that'd be crazy, especially as a corner. But right now, Indiana's showing us exactly why they're ranked number 10 in the country. We had a nice lead, but now down 11, I come through with a clutch pick, my third of the game. We need to step up and dominate this fourth quarter. And we did everything but that. They completely shut us out. Defensively, we held up and didn't let them get into the end zone no more on the day, but offensively, they couldn't get rolling, lacking those pieces. But 3 interceptions on the day, I balled out. Starting the year off 0-1 is definitely not in the plans for our season, but it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. And I've been trying to drill that in everybody on the team's head, especially the new guys. Coming off of last year with a bunch of guys who had already bought in, been here for years, seniors, guys who had a lot to prove, who wanted it all. And then with a new group, it's just not that same fire in the locker room. It's crazy to think that I came in as the messy freshman with a bunch of baggage, a huge stain on my name. Now I'm a junior trying to lead this team and trying to get us in a position to win it all. And you would think most of my troubles would come with off the field situations, NIL deals, girls, and just family acting funny because they know I'm coming into a lot of bread, but it's been the complete opposite. My love life, so to speak, been smooth. Family been dealing with all the new money well. I'm showing love to everybody. I'm looking out, blessing everybody, looking out for my folks, period. But on the field, in the locker room, dog, it's been tougher than what I expected. Exclude my guys in the secondary, it just seems like everybody else is just self-centered, focused on their own thing. And I understand that completely. You got to do what you got to do for yourself and your folks, but we're a team. We got an end goal as a team. And that lack of focus and that laser locked in mentality that we need as a team, as a group, to come together and win these games is starting to show that we don't have any of that, especially blowing big leads like this, even though it's midway through the game. Now, I said we lost some pieces offensively, but that doesn't mean we lack the talent. We got a bunch of guys over there, big time playmakers, but watching them fall apart and not come together when they need to, not band together as teammates, it makes me want to go play offense my damn self. And with my mind trying to be in 10,000 places at once, on the offensive side of the ball, the defense, making adjustments, helping making calls, audibles on the field, just putting guys in the right position to make plays, it's been screwing me up in the biggest way. And by no means is that an excuse for me to play bad on the field or not execute my responsibilities, but you can only imagine the type of energy and everything is taken out of me trying to put my mind everywhere else at once. Man, I really thought this season was going to be a breeze. I was going to come in, do what I got to do, focus on me, be the team guy, be a leader, and just kind of everything was going to flow, but it's been the complete opposite, and it's harming me and the guys. And with the clock running, one time after their name, somebody's got to walk out of here with their second L of the season. Somebody's going to leave out with their first. Nevada strikes and they tied this game up. In overtime, Nevada went and got the big stop on our offense. Now on fourth down, kicking a game-sealing field goal. Me and my Bulls start the season out 0-2 in back-to-back home games. We got Texas State with a real deal quarterback running back duo, and we're trying to secure our first win of the season at home for the 3rd week in a row. Dropping back into my zone, my dog Ben with great coverage in the flats, dog, in perfect position to catch this ball, and he had to go away pick 6 and he dropped it. And on the very next play, Texas State go with the screen, and their running back Khalil Alexander goes untouched to the crib. That boy wrote that thing home like he ain't have no business being here. What though? Then here midway through the second quarter, they pick up another touchdown to up the score, dog. This offense is moving and firing on all cylinders on my defense right now. And now how I see it, we just got to execute here in the second half. My defense, we've been playing piss poor, dropping picks, not making tackles, missing assignments. We got to step up. And as far as my responsibilities go, of course, I'm trying to lock everything down, make plays on the ball, but I'm being more conservative than ever, trying my best not to give up the big play. And after scoring on special teams, now here back in the red zone yet again, bro, Texas State is trying to flat out embarrass us in front of the home crowd. We hold them boys only 3 points, but in the fourth quarter with zero momentum going on either side of the ball, bro, it's going to be a struggle trying to come back in this one. It's going to be damn near impossible. And Texas State came into the crib with the most diabolical game plan ever. They completely X'd me out the game. The best player on the field, I was non-existent even though I played every single snap. Bravo to them boys, I cannot lie. And when offense only putting up one score, I'm pissed. Now I got to turn the intensity up in practice, making sure them boys feel me, because dog, there's no way y'all go out there and don't show up against a team of that caliber, and we were at the crib. And I'm not trying to hurt none of my teammates, but just trying to let them know that everything is crucial. From practice, the way we execute, the way we prepare, everything matters. And the thing, we finished last season ranked within the top 10 teams in the nation, came in ranked number 24 this year, and everything we worked for, everything we built, it just went to waste in a matter of weeks. I don't know if you've noticed or not, but I've made a few adjustments to my play style that's looking to be beneficial down the road, especially going into the NFL. My freshman and sophomore season, no press, no bump and run, none of that. Strictly off man and zone coverage, and it worked out for me. But coming into my junior season, looking forward to maybe a possible senior season and even going into the NFL, I have to be able to come down and put my hands on some of these receivers. And that's just so I can be a complete corner. There's not a single box I want an NFL scout or anybody to say I don't check off. I want to be the ultimate cornerback. I mean, even my favorite cornerbacks of all times, guys like Nick Sabatka, KJ Franks Jr., they didn't even come down to put hands on the receiver. They just hawked the lanes and got picks. And like I just said, some of, if not the greatest guys to ever play the position, especially at the college level, they were great in their own respectful right, but I want to do something a little different, add a different dynamic to my game. And a big thing that separates me from a lot of other corners, especially in my class, is my size. And it's not looked at as a good thing because I'm only 5'11", but I can make plays and get it done just about with anybody on the field. But then you look at a guy who didn't have the size but had all the technique in the world, like a Revis Island, who was known for locking down some of the league's best receivers at the time. I guess you could say I'm trying to be somewhat of a cornerback specialist, be a rare breed, something we've never seen before. A guy that can put his hands on you, that lack the size but has all the technique in the world, and I can make a play on the ball, catch as many interceptions just like the best to ever do it. And then you add on the fact that I can come down supporting the run game. Now my outside contain needs a little bit of work, but if you need me to come down head to head, me the running back in the hole, I can flatline just about anybody you line up on me, even Derrick Henry. A solid day at home as we secure our first win of the season, 5 tackles, 2 for loss, 2 major interceptions. We finally get one in the win column. Hopefully we can roll off this momentum. Never in my life would I ever think I'd say this, feel this way about anything, especially football, but I'm going into every game on a week-to-week basis with zero confidence, damn near. Like, I believe in my individual ability, but not us as a team. We have a 1-3 record, and now we're starting to go on the road, and that's going to make things 2 times harder on us. By no means whatsoever am I counting us out of any of these games saying we can't win at all, but I'm just not going to be delusional about the facts. And I don't expect any player on this team to be perfect, but in situations like this, 3rd and inch is very crucial, big-time play, and we get in the backfield, we don't succeed at taking his quarterback down, and we miss a tackle, I gotta come across the field to make the play. But then on the flip side of that, I can't really open my mouth and say too much because I get absolutely obliterated as the quarterback walks into the end zone picking up a touchdown to take the lead. But one thing about it, I always have a response and some kind of answer to any mistake I might make on the field, dropping back into my zone on 3rd and 10 just before we go into the second half, coming away with an interception in the back of the end zone, toe tapping this one, falling down. That's a big time play. But to no surprise, offense couldn't capitalize on that or any opportunity they got throughout the 3rd quarter, and we about to walk into the 4th with the same 7 points we came into the second half with. And around this time, I'm starting to get into my head, down here trying to jam this big body receiver on 2nd down, and he gets the best of me, picking up the big play to 1st down and some. And from there, DeAndre Buford's going to walk his way into the end zone, manhandling my defense like he's been doing all day, just completely embarrassing my secondary, my DBs. We looking bad. It's one thing to have the opposing teams crowd on your neck, but when you're on the sideline with your guys and everybody's pointing fingers, going at each other's necks, dog, it's just complete chaos. We got to get it together. Guys are bickering, bantering, and going crazy on the sideline. DeAndre Buford's going to take advantage of my defense yet again, walking his way into the end zone for a huge 50-yard touchdown to completely seal this game and stump our heads into the mud. Back on the road again, and Rutgers offense has completely dominated this first quarter, marching their way down into the red zone, walking in for a touchdown. They strike first blood, and their D got our offense off the field immediately. They got the ball right back here at the back end of the first quarter, now trying to make a play on 1st and 10. It's 3rd and long, and their running back vacated the backfield immediately. I knew it was a pass, launching it towards my side of the field, going deep up the field into the end zone, but I'm too slow getting back into my position, dog. He makes the catch, completely baptizing me. Off to the worst start possible, giving up 2 scores in the first quarter, and I usually make my mistakes on the back end. I usually make up for them on top of that, but for me to give up a touchdown that early in the game is insane, and it's going to put a damper on this defense. And to make matters even worse, we strap everything across the board when it comes to these receivers running across this field. We got them boys locked down, but somehow this quarterback has forever in the day. Our defensive front don't deliver no pressure whatsoever. After what seemed like a 30-second long play, marching their way back down into the red zone, trying to punch one in, the 10-yard curl is all mine. Picking up the interception, I'll outrun everybody but the most important player, the quarterback. He gets my ankle, stopping me from going in for 6. At this point, it's like their offense lives in our territory. We have yet to keep these boys pinned behind the 50 and make them punt the ball or anything of that nature. They continue to march down the field with no effort. So the injury, that secondary that I gloat so much about, that I love, that I talk so highly of, they give up a huge touchdown over the top. 2 guys in coverage right there where the receiver was. He just got the best of them, in this quarterback, a perfect ball. And speaking of this quarterback, where his offense is blocking for him like their life depends on it, he swerves his way up the middle of the field through traffic, goes into the end zone untouched. We get completely blown out on the road against Rutgers, dominated. At this point, I'm fed up. How are we not able to go in, execute a great game plan drawn up for a bunch of guys with more than enough talent to win games on a week-to-week basis? Now, instead of me lashing out, going off on the team, or just separate myself, going off in my own little bubble, I decided to take a different approach to try to get through to my guys. I decided to get together all of the guys who were on the team last year, the year before, and even the year before that, the seniors, the guys with something to prove. And I delivered a simple message. Y'all know what we're capable of, what we can do, what we have done. Just because we lost a lot of guys who brought that level of intensity doesn't mean that dies with them. And I just challenged them. They ingrained this mentality, this dog mentality, into all of the new guys that's on the team. And if they want to play like a puppy, they can piss on the porch. And with the 22nd ranked team in the country, Temple, with a 6-1 record coming in our crib today, getting a win over them today will be monumental for our confidence. And man coverage, a weird stutter step in the middle of this slant route kind of threw me off, but I do give up the 12-yard reception. We got a nice lead here in the third quarter, but trying to press this receiver at the line, great release by him. Then he proceeds to run a crispy out route towards the sideline, getting the best of me. And at this point, I feel like Temple's trying to make a statement, going at the #1 player in the country time and time again. I'm making multiple mistakes in coverage. I'm surprised they ain't attacking me deep. And with a decent amount of frustration pent up, coming downhill, smacking this running back, dog, I got to get off some way, somehow. But I knew for a fact Temple wasn't going to be quiet for too much longer. Down here in the red zone, quarterback is going to drop back, throwing this ball, delivering it to the end zone in coverage for the touchdown. And things are still looking solid for us. Offense goes down, applies some more pressure with a field goal, and now it's the fourth quarter. It's crunch time, baby. But without a doubt, with it being crunch time, I knew Temple was going to hit the gas and march their way down, walking into the end zone and closing this lead. But with a tie game hanging in the balance on a 2-point conversion, throwing this one straight in the covers, my guys back this one down. This receiver almost caught it off the tip. Launching this one deep upfield on my side, you know I'm going to make the best of this opportunity. After playing sloppy all day, coming away with the pick, and I'm trying to do everything I can to take this one back. I wanted that pick 6 so bad. How do we get a home game jumping? Kicked off to the best start possible, playing against the number 24 ranked team in the country with the pick 6 to the crib. My boy 12 all the way home with it. And big plays like that, especially that early in the game, is going to fire our team up. That's exactly what we need to get off to the best start possible. Although their records say one thing, these boys are extremely talented, a well put together football team. We sleep for even a second, they can turn up and kick the dough down on us. In these last couple of weeks, I've been focusing on giving up everything underneath, making sure I don't give up the big play, but now I'm starting to see a lot of teams are starting to target me in that area. So lately, man coverage been a little different than what I'm used to, but in this zone, I'm still the beast that I've always been. 1st and 10, getting over towards the sideline, coming away with a nice interception, putting my feet down before falling out of bounds. Beautiful play. And at this point in the game, especially with a 10-point lead in the third quarter, we're just trying to continue to establish our dominance, flying to the ball, making sure everybody's got a hand in on the action. And when you got your corners flying into the backfield, making tackles and just putting hands on their running back, that's a huge statement, letting them know that everybody across this field, from the biggest, smallest guys, whatever, we gonna come in and make a play. And with the deep zone here on 2nd down, I peep the motion, snip out the run, get down and make a tackle on old boy. I love when our offense goes down and capitalize on these situations, dog. Put up a touchdown when we're holding one of the better teams in the country to 0 points through damn near 4 quarters. But we can't sleep just yet, and I'm stressing that to my guys. Giving up a big play here on 1st and 10, giving them the first down and some. We cannot fold this late in the game. We got to stay on point. As much as I believe in our team, I didn't think a shutout would be possible, and they completely kill those hopes and dreams as they walk into the end zone for a touchdown. This game is far from over, and offense continues to band together, showing that camaraderie, showing that they can can go down and get it done, playing at their potential. And our defense, of course, the big playability is through the roof, coming away with INT number 2 on the day. Offense is on fire today, putting up another touchdown. This game is completely out of reach. And defensively, what do we do to put this on the way? Doing what we do best. Absolutely. Catching another pick. We put these boys to bed, no problem. To start the season the way we did and to now be on a 2-game win streak feels phenomenal. I can't even lie to you. I guess my little strategy / plan to bring back what we had last season, that level of intensity, that mindset, that mentality is kind of paying off in a way. And all I can do is hope that we continue to play with this mindset mentality for the remainder of the season. Even when we're gone, it doesn't just die with us. It continues to live throughout USF history. At first, it was all about coming here to play football, be the best player that I can be. Now, I want to completely rewrite, rearrange, and just amplify USF culture. And let this just not be a way of play on the field for football players, but a way to approach life for everybody in any situation, any circumstance across the board. But while I got hopes that we can win out the rest of this season, boy, Houston is coming into the crib and they're on fire, picking up another touchdown, extending their lead. Down 2 scores in the first half. The last time this happened, we got completely blown out the water. And this time around, we're not trying to let that happen. This is where the real test begins. Can we band together, lock in, execute the game plan to the highest of our ability, and make sure we don't get completely embarrassed at home for the second time this season? And with all that being said, offense went down and they delivered. Now with this being a 7-point game, 3rd and 16, taking a shot deep upfield towards 2 of the best DBs in the country, that's a terrible idea. He lucky this wasn't picked off. And in a situation like this, going into the 4th quarter, a big time play needs to be made. And who better to call on than the best player in the country? 3rd and 13, dropping off into the flats, picking up an interception off to the crib for the pick 6 to tie the game. And at this point, a 3-point lead is all we need to cruise our way to victory. Hold on tight, continue to step up defensively and offensively. Just hold on to the ball, run some of that clock out, and we can walk out of here victorious. We're just 1 game away from being 500 on the season. I'm not going to lie, against 2-7 SMU, I'm a little more confident than I have been the last couple of weeks. And not just me, but the confidence of the entire team has grown. And I love how we haven't taken this little streak and turned it into cockiness. We are all locked in, focused on the same goal. And that alone just shows the growth of this team. Being able to flip our season upside right, get back laser locked in, focused, that speaks volumes. And when you have a team full of guys that can make plays across the field and everybody else can fall into place and do their job, those playmakers really stand out. Under a minute left in the first half, taking a shot to my side of the field. This ball was overthrown, but this receiver did everything he could to go all out and make this play. It was nothing I can do about that. I've been saying it since forever, but the 5 and 10 yard curl continues to be the easiest route in the world to read and intercept. Coming away with our defense 2nd interception of the game, but you can put a 6 behind this pick. Over the last couple of weeks, especially since we've been able to string together a couple of wins, I'm starting to notice a pattern with our team. It's like the first half, we start off pretty slow, defensively not giving up too many points and offensively not producing much, but towards the back end of that 2nd quarter, going into the 2nd half, we get just enough to maintain the edge. And hey, if I'm being honest, that's enough for me, especially at this point coming off of what we just did. But when we get to that point, we can dominate from start to finish. I don't know if it'll be this season, but when we do, it's going to be scary. But that dominance is in full effect here in the 4th quarter, 31-3 lead, and it adds salt to the wound, man, picking off this ball off to the end zone with nobody with a chance to stop me from going in for 6. Number 2 of the day, the 2nd pick 6. And at this point, completely obliterating SMU. And once this defense get rolling, there's no stopping us from continuing to dominate and make those big plays. My dog, 2-8, gets his first interception of the season. SMU's quarterback is out here seeing ghosts. He's completely destroyed, demoralized, mentally, emotionally, every way possible, throwing this one dead in the traffic. And who comes away with it? Me, with number 3 on the game. And you want to talk about a performance to remember, not only myself, but me and the guys. Dominated play to our best ability. This is what I expect out of us every week. But 6 tackles, 3 picks, and 1 forced fumble, nasty work. A rivalry game on the road against number 17 ranked UCF in the first possession from the jump off to start, getting into the end zone, going crazy. Last season, we proved to be the better team, not only having a better record, but also winning that game. This year, they're 9-1, ranked within the top 25, and they came to play, and they got dogs across the field. Last week, I spoke about patterns, one that we have as a team. Now showing a pattern of my own, giving up a huge play early, that's never a good sign that I'm going to have a good game. And once again, defensively, giving up 2 touchdowns in the first half. Last game, we did this. It was a struggle. It was a fight, but we came back. But usually this never ends well for us. We have to tighten up. Offense went and put one up. Now it's time for the defense to blow our backs. Without a doubt, this is hands down the worst first half of football I've ever played in my life. Throwing it right at me, over the top in my zone, giving up another big play. This one for a crucial, nasty touchdown. And once again, offense is continuing to dig us out of this hole, one that I feel like I'm personally responsible for digging. I'm putting us in a terrible position, making so many bad mistakes. I got to tighten up. And something I thought I'd never see, offense is playing up to par, and defensively, we're struggling more than ever. We need to step up. More importantly, I need to step up. How can the biggest playmaker on the field continue to struggle? And I find it to be pretty crazy that offense is stepping up, producing in these conditions, a packed out crowd on the road against one of the better teams in the country. But what I find to be strange is my defense folding and bending like paper, giving up another touchdown, allowing UCF to tie this game up late in the third. Even though this game has already shaped up to be a complete offensive shootout, at some point, one of our defenses got to step up and get a huge stop and take control of this game. And who better than us? Third and long, the route that I'm so famously known for picking off, they run it to my side of the field at the perfect time here midway through the fourth quarter. That's going to put us in great position to go down and score. And offense only went down to produce 3 points, but that's better than nothing. Taking a shot now towards the middle of the field, and my guy in man coverage coming away with a clutch PBU. Under 30 seconds left, who better to put this game away than the guy who's had some of the sloppiest cornerback play that you can possibly have throughout 3 quarters. This is a prime example of it's not about how you start, but how you finish the game. Our annual run-in with Charlotte, and we all pretty much know how this game is going to go, but the last thing we need to do is count them boys out. A complete turnaround of the season, man, now over 500. I think that win last week actually made us eligible for a bowl game. And now with just 2 games left here in the regular season, we're just competing to try and elevate the caliber of our bowl game, which I still deem to be very important. And now in a 3rd and 12 situation with a complete play breakdown with 35,000 days to get rid of this ball, we come away with a huge sack in the red zone on their quarterback. And without a doubt, offense goes down and capitalizes with great field positioning. Now with a 2-score lead, something that we usually don't have this early in the first half, we're looking to establish our dominance early, and I think we have. Now on the 2-yard line, dropping back, delivering an absolute dime off of his back foot, undeniable that they were going to score a touchdown this close to the end zone. And when I'm in zone coverage, especially with a deep responsibility on 3rd down, I know what to do. Sit, be patient, read the quarterback's eyes, cue him up to throw this ball, and it's effortless. Coming away with my first pick of the game just here in the second half. And once a playmaker of my caliber lay the blueprint out, my defense follows suit, coming away with another interception towards the middle of the field, executing big plays on both sides of the ball, and we're down 3 points. We needed that desperately. And with that opportunity, offense went down, put some points on the board, and 3. Now midway through the fourth quarter, it's time for us to do what we do best: step up, make plays, and deny this Charlotte offense from marching down the field. I'm getting real physical at the line with this receiver on 3rd and 1, and with just a minute left in this game, of course, coming away with the interception down here towards the middle of the field, giving our offense the golden opportunity to take as many knees as they want and put this game to bed. I guess winning 6 straight games and 4 of those being against ranked teams, it will land you in the Orange Bowl against the number 3 ranked team in the country. And as lopsided as this matchup may seem, trust and believe, me and the guys are up for the challenge. But striking first will be Bama as Rich Young plows his way through my defensive line going into the end zone. Offense winning quickly responded. Now with a tie game here in the first quarter, this poor blocking from this receiver results in me getting a huge TFL. With Bama coming out of the SEC, being known for their running attack is going to make it extremely hard to make plays on the ball today. And then when they're breaking off big runs like this, is going to make it seem damn near impossible. But with me being one of the better tackling DBs in the entire nation, I'm going to do everything I can to come down and lay a hit, make sure he feels the presence of our defense. And on the timeout, that was my message to my defense, especially my guys on the back end. We have to step up and help and run support. We cannot allow this guy to get loose. But I'm pretty sure that was Bama's game plan. Put the ball on the ground, allow us to weaken up and soften up on the back end so they can make plays in the air, and they do exactly that. Targeting me, I give up a big first down. But on cue, in the clutch, my dog, in a position I would usually be in, especially on the right side of the field, he comes away with a huge interception. Could have rode it home for 6, but this quarterback did everything he could to track my boy down. And now with a decent but a completely unsafe 10-point lead here in the fourth quarter, my defense has to play damn near flawless here. On 4th down, an opportunity to put offense back on the field with some of the best field positioning possible, a situation I've been in 100 times, losing track of the ball, completely giving up the biggest play of the game. And you want to talk about cashing in on the golden opportunity, Bama marches down and scores with just under 2 minutes left, all off my back. Without a doubt, a turnover here would completely put this game away, and as he secures his 2nd interception of the game, we get the shocking win over number 3 ranked Alabama, our 7th straight win of the season, capping off my junior year.